This is Louise Green for MMA Crazy, and I'm joined alongside Ilir Latifi, who takes on Volkan Oezdemir this weekend at UFC Stockholm. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. And does it feel good to be fighting back here in Sweden once again? I think the last time you fought here was 2014, if I'm not correct.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been back, so it's nice being back in my home country fighting for my fans back home.
And how does that compare, in the lead up to the fight, the whole fight week? How do you compare fighting at home compared to fighting, say, in the States, for example?
I mean, the procedure to prepare for a fight is the same. The only good thing is that you don't have to worry, depending where you're having your camp. This time I had my camp in Sweden. You don't have to think about the jet lag and traveling, so that's something good. Otherwise, most of the things are the same.
Does it give any added pressure at all, being in front of your home crowd? It's a nice feeling, you're able to bring the show home to where you have a lot of your home crowd and fans. And like I said, you're facing Volkan Oezdemir in the co-main event this weekend. Is it true that you've trained with him in the past, right?
Yeah, me and Volkan trained a couple of years ago together. In the beginning of our careers in the US, Miami. So that was before our UFC career, and we became friends from that time.
Has that experience given you any added insight that you might not have had before?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Having trained with him in the past, has that given you any added insight into him?
The insight is just I know he's a very nice guy, and he's a very, very tough fighter.
So then what was your initial reaction then when they put forward his name to you?
Was not maybe the fight that you wanted to see, fighting somebody that you know good and think very well of. I mean, this is a different kind of sport. But a fight is a fight, and it's work.
And he's coming off of 3 losses, but how would you assess his skill set? How would you break him down as an opponent for you?
I think Volkan is a very, very tough opponent, fearless in the octagon. He goes on for the finish, and he had an amazing career in the UFC. In 1 year coming from a beginner to becoming a title contender. So, but he had a rough time now with 3 losses, but those losses came, with top-level fighters. And actually, his last fight, I don't even think he lost. So.
And you're also sharing this card with some of your teammates as well. Can you talk about the run-up to this fight, your preparations? Has anything changed? Obviously, in preparation for Volkan, and the kind of overall atmosphere then being at home at All Stars there.
Having 3-4 teammates from the gym competing at this fight makes a good atmosphere in the gym, and puts the training on another level. So it's always good fighting together with Alex and now Jimmy and Daniel. So it's the only positive thing, and having the show back home here in Sweden also.
So how do you see the fight going down? What do you think you can expect from Volkan? Do you think those 3 losses would affect his approach in any way?
I think Volkan is coming in very hungry and wanting this win more than ever. So it's an important fight for him. It's an important fight for me.
How do you see yourself getting your hand raised on Saturday?
I have to do whatever I have to do to get the victory, either by striking or submission. So let's take the fight where we have to take it.